Living to 100 sounds impressive until you realize many people spend their final 20 years unwell. Today, I'll show you the one metric that matters far more than your birthday candles. I'm Dr. Nicholas, I'm a GP, and on this channel I will translate aging science into simple, actionable steps so you can stay sharp, strong, and energized for longer. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe and let's dive in. Let's start with a term everyone knows, lifespan. Lifespan is simply the total number of years you're alive, from your first breath to your last. In the UK, today, the average lifespan sits at about 81 years. That's a statistic much better compared with a century ago, when infectious disease used to cut many lives short. But lifespan tells us nothing about quality. Two people can both reach 80, one still hikes every weekend, while the other struggles to climb the stairs. That gap brings us to a far more useful idea, the idea of healthspan. Healthspan is the stretch of life spent in good health. For example, walking without pain, thinking clearly, and being able to live independently. Right now, the average person enjoys roughly 63 healthy years in Europe, slightly higher, around 64 to 65 in America. After that, chronic conditions like diabetes, arthritis, and dementia begin to nibble away at our independence. In practical terms, many of us may live nearly 2 decades in a state we wouldn't describe as thriving. That's the uncomfortable truth behind all the glossy longevity headlines. The goal of modern preventative medicine isn't to tack on frail extra years at the end, but it's to close the healthspan to lifespan gap, so most, or ideally all of your years, are lived in a healthy state of body and mind. When you shift your focus from how long can I live to how well can I live, daily choices suddenly start to look different. For example, strength training isn't just about six packs, it's about building that resilience so you'll be able to stand up unaided when you turn 90. Prioritizing sleep isn't a luxury, it's brain maintenance that preserves memory for decades down the line. Prevention becomes exciting because it buys you life you can actually enjoy. So how do you get a rough snapshot of your personal health span today? 1. Resting heart rate. Measure it before you get out of bed. Under 60 beats per minute generally signals good cardiovascular fitness. 2. Grip strength. A simple hand dynamometer or even a strong handshake correlates surprisingly well with overall muscle quality and feature independence. 3. Walking speed. Time yourself over 10 meters at your own comfortable pace. Faster walkers tend to live longer and spend fewer years disabled. None of these are perfect in isolation, but together they outperform age alone when predicting healthy longevity. And yes, biological age clocks and blood tests add nuance, but we'll unpack those in a future episode. So just a quick recap. Lifespan is length, healthspan is quality. Our mission is to push those two bars together so the years you gain are genuinely worth living. If you're curious about those biological age tests that I mentioned, hit the bell icon. Next week I'll talk about one that you can do at home for free.